Hey guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Blair. Welcome to my beauty space. So today I present you the battle of the Kardashians. So today I am going to do a wear test on two concealers from the Kardashian sisters. So one is from Kylie Cosmetics. This is Kylie Jenner's cosmetic line and this is her concealer. And the other is from KKW Beauty, which is Kim Kardashian West's beauty line. So we will test it out which one is the better one among these two. So if you're interested in which sister wins, just please keep watching. Alright, before I start applying it on my face, let me just give you some of the facts. So for the Kylie Jenner concealer, I bought it two for $30. So when I bought it, I only paid $15 for this one. Versus the Kim Kardashian West, I paid for $18, but I bought it in a set, so that should save me some money because it's cheaper in a set. And also in the set, I have the No. 2 baking powder. I also have the No. 2 brightening powder and a concealer dual-ended brush, as well as this concealer dual brush No. 2 as well. So I bought this in a kit. And for the size of the concealer, Kylie's contains 0.22 fluid ounce and the Kim is 0.16 fluid ounce. So if you compare like that, Kylie is definitely have more products. And in terms of the color, here are the two colors right here. The first one is Kylie's. This is called Pine Nut, so it's more like a warm beige color. And the bottom one is Kim's, and this is in the shade No. 5, which is a yellow beige. And also the powder, that's the swatch of the brightening powder No. 2, which is this one. So this is the brightening powder come with the kit, and once you open it up, it looks like this, have a nice mirror, and that's the powder. The powder feels really smooth, and you use this underneath your eyes after you put your concealer on to brighten the under eye. And after it, you have the baking powder, which is also No. 2. This comes as a kit. When I ordered the No. 5 shade kit, this is a No. 2 powder it comes with. This is for baking, which is the last step. So in order to compare fairly, I am going to apply each concealer on each side of my face, and then I'm going to brighten both sides using the brightening powder. Lastly, I'm gonna bake both using the same powder, so we shall say which concealer makes a difference, because all the other products will be exactly the same. As for dusting off the powders, I'm going to use this dual-ended to dusting off the powder. And for applying concealer, I'm going to use two Real Technique sponges to apply the concealer. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. So on my right side, I am going to use the Kylie Cosmetics. This is in the shade Pine Nut. As you can see, this is kind of a warm shade. So I'm going to spray some setting spray on the Real Technique. I'm using the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is the 16-hour wear setting spray. So I'm going to just spray it on like this. I really love this one. I got mine from Walmart, so just in case you're interested. So I'm going to just dab it into my under eye. As you can see, once it blends into the under eye, it started to look a little bit lighter and more merged into my skin. So I'm going to put a little bit more here. In order to be fair, I'm gonna apply the same exact step on the KKW Beauty side. So this is what it looks like. And on my left side, I am going to apply the KKW. The KKW No. 5 is definitely have yellow tone to it. And consistency wise, underneath my eyes, I definitely feel like the texture is thicker for the KKW one. And I'm going to apply exactly the same on a brand new beauty sponge. in order to be fair, I'm going to apply a little bit more. Somehow I feel like the beauty sponge on the KKW side is kind of absorbing some of the products. Okay, now it's better. Yes. Alright, through the first look, I definitely feel like the KKW side is definitely more of my color. The Kylie side is definitely a little bit darker, but that's not necessarily her fault. It's just I bought a darker shade when I'm in like a darker color of my skin. But in terms of covering the dark circle, I feel like they're kind of equal in terms of that. Alright, just by the look right now, I feel like Kylie's definitely a little bit darker, but that's because of the color. And in terms of the dark under eye coverage, I think they're the same. So I'm going to apply a little bit of each on both sides as the very last step, just trying to cover the dark under eye a little bit. Then I'm gonna put on the brightening powder. So I'm gonna apply this on here, and then apply the Kim's on here. As you can see, I definitely think Kim's concealer's consistency is a tad better. So let's blend it out. But I also love Kylie's because I feel like in the summer I don't want too thick of a concealer. So I think if it's thicker, it's harder to blend out and it looks less natural. Alright, just to make it completely equal. So I am going to apply brightening powder on both sides. So in order to apply brightening powder, I'm going to use this dual-ended brush from the KKW concealer kit. So let's open it up. I actually really love this brush. I think this brush reminds me a lot of the brush from Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. So on one side, I'm going to use this side. So I'm gonna just dab the powder and then apply right here. Can you guys see a little bit of a difference? I couldn't really tell, to be completely honest. But on the other side, I'm going to use this side. The concealer on Kim's side is definitely more of the brightening effect, and the concealer on Kylie's side is more of, you know, just blending in coverage, and this is more like a natural look. This side is more like, you know, extra brightening look. I think I love both looks. It really depends on your personal preference. So now I'm gonna use the baking powder. I really love this package. I think it's super cool. So let's open it, shall we? Alright. For the powder, I'm going to use this KKW Beauty brush, and I'm going to use this side just to press the powder under my eyes, and I'm going to dust it off using the other side. So I'm going to take some powder on the cap, and let's just apply it right here. side. I'm going to put some powder underneath my chin as well. And then some in between my brows. I love this step. The baking, right? The classic Kim K baking. And you can also use this powder to carve out your contour. As for today, I don't have a contour, so I'm just gonna stop right here. And I'm gonna let it sit for 3 minutes. So, alright, I'm back. Time to dust off all the baking powders. But I just want to quickly mention that while I was baking, I actually applied some contouring on my cheeks. I'm using the Hoola bronzer, as you can see right here. And then I'm using the same KKW baking powder to bake it so that I can have that contour look. So yeah, time to dust off all the powders. I'm going to use the KKW brush on this side. I actually really love this brush. Like, I don't care what other people think, but I think this brush is really nice and I love the size of it. I love the two ends. I think this end is very easy to apply baking powder and this end is very soft to dust off the powders. And I think this one is better than the first one because I think she makes some changes and I really love this color as well. So good job, Kim. I really love this brush. Alright, to dust off the powder, here we go. I do like to put in some baking powder along my contour so that you can see that clear contour line. That's what I'm going for, so it's really nice. Alright, everything's nice and contoured. Okay, so now my impression on both sides. Actually, I think Kim's side is definitely more brightening, and if I'm going for a brightening look, I'll definitely choose Kim's side. But Kylie's side is very natural. So my final result for those two blushes are, they are a tie. So with that being said, I think if you wanna be more natural, go for the Kylie one. And I personally like Kylie's packaging a little bit better. But if you want a more, brightening effect, definitely go with the Kim's one. So this is Kim's side right here. But with the Kylie one, this is Kylie's side. Okay, so now I'm gonna go. Bye.